Aaron Katakis, how are you, my friend?
Phil, how are you?
I am fantastic. We're here at Dana Wharf. It is so beautiful, such a lovely place, and we're going to check out your boat rental operation here because it's fantastic. First, why don't you introduce your boys to everybody?
Hi,
Hi. Tell them your names, guys.
I'm Braden. He's Brody.
Nice to meet you, boys. Make a promise. If you catch something while we're doing this, bring the fish over.
Okay.
All right, thanks, boys.
Yeah.
Harbor Boat Rentals. Our audience is going to be very interested in fishing and going fishing. So you've got the fishing rig. In fact, we might even take a cruise on that, right?
We could.
We-
We could do what we want here. at
Whoa,
Harbor Boat
catch a fish, maybe?
Rentals. Maybe. These guys are working on it.
Yeah, I know they
They're
are.
fishing the tide, you know?
That's great. But you got a couple of other, like, electric boats options available.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us, first of all, where you're located and how people can find you on the internet and all of
Okay.
that stuff. We'll start there.
Yeah, so Harbor Boat Rentals is our business right here. Harbor Boat Rentals. You can find us harborboatrentals.com. We're here in Dana Point, California.
Beautiful place.
So we offer fishing boats. We have center consoles, 21-foot Maritime boats, beautiful Maritimes.
Yeah.
But we've added some fun stuff for not just the dudes in the family, but also the wives.
Like my wife,
Like your
who
wife.
doesn't like to fish.
That's right.
Costa Rican girl. She might enjoy this.
Yep, so I'm sure everybody's heard of Duffy boats,
Yeah.
right? You've heard of Duffys?
Of course.
We added some beautiful Duffys here.
Yeah, they're beautiful too.
Yeah, so we have not just the offshore cruising, whale watch, fishing boats. We have some cool stuff for here in Dana Point Harbor.
Yeah, so these don't leave the harbor.
These do not.
They're kind of like a booze cruise kind of a vessel. Am I
Yeah.
right on that or not? That's
yeah.
cool, right?
Wine, dine, cheese,
Yeah.
everything. you
Yeah.
know?
You want to show us one of these things?
Sure, come on down.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah, so we have two Duffys. We've got a one that can hold up to 12 people,
That's so nice.
one up to 10 people.
Yeah. They're beautiful.
Fully loaded. You've got the refrigerator. We stock them with cold waters. Unlike other rental boats, ours are beautiful, like you would be the owner yourself.
Yeah.
Keep everything tip top.
I could see that.
You know, rock and
Gorgeous.
roll, ready to go.
Yeah, yeah.
This one, little different style, more yachty, more traditional with the darker wood grains and stuff, but both beautiful. It's got the fridge here as well. Rock and roll, you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
Birthdays, anniversaries, you know, you name it. We had
Yeah.
engagements. You know, I had someone
Proposals.
I had a dude propose to his girlfriend on this one.
Oh my
On
God,
this
that
one,
is
he's
great.
like, I want to do this boat. This is our one of our
Well,
fishing
hey,
boats.
Aaron, let me ask you just a couple more questions on this
Okay, yeah,
because
yeah.
that looks so comfortable and like so much fun. People that are worried about like, hey, I've never driven a boat before. What's the deal on that? How do you feel about that, or what's the deal on that?
So our rentals are, you know, basically you have to have experience.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a new boater's card that's out, which is really cool. Our boats are rentals, which that law, it's rental boats are exempt from
Yeah.
that new boater's card.
Right.
So don't worry if you don't have one.
Perfect.
Come on down. If you've been on a boat before, you're pretty much qualified
Yeah.
for these Duffys.
Yeah.
For the fishing stuff offshore, we have to have some experience.
Yes.
You know, so we can do captain trainings. We can go on the boat with you for an additional fee.
Great.
We got some cool things. We want you out there, so we'll do what we have to get you out
I
there.
can see
know
that.
what I
And
mean?
we've got a lot of people from around the world who watch our podcast. We got
Yeah.
people in Taiwan and Costa Rica, Mexico. So if they want to come here and do this kind of thing, there's a lot of great hotels nearby, great eateries. Dana Wharf, Dana Point
Yeah.
is really a beautiful part of Southern California.
It really is. It really is. And they're putting tons of money into this harbor and into the city of Dana Point. The Lantern District has blown up. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Bunch of cool eateries and, you know, but the harbor, just wait. A couple years from now, you're going to have some everything's going to be new. All the buildings, all the docks.
Oh, they're doing everything?
Completely brand new.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
So talk about wanting to be on some nice boats in a cool brand new harbor.
Oh my God.
Right here, Harbor Boat Rentals, you can do it.
Yeah, I love it, man. And you're
Yeah.
such a nice person. Your wife, we met over at the PCS show.
Yep.
It's really
you.
great stuff. At the end of the show, I'm going to ask you for a couple of eatery advice, places to eat around here, so people, when they get out of here,
Yeah.
they can go eat somewhere nice. But let's turn our attention to the fishing, because the
Yeah.
fishing here in Southern California, out of Dana Wharf, Everything is so close. Catalina Island, offshore fishing's great. Got a lot of great and productive banks. You got the beach to fish.
Yep.
Take us to the promised land now.
Yeah. I mean, you guys want to go for a spin on one?
Dude, you want to go for a spin, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
Anthony's
Let's
hell
do
yeah.
it. Let's go.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Anthony, make sure you get me when I trip and break my neck
Are
here.
you guys, are we keep rolling here? Or?
Yeah, we're rolling,
Okay,
baby.
cool.
We're not
Right.
even going to ever stop.
Oh, we don't stop.
No,
Okay.
we keep
Sick.
going.
All right. Yeah. I mean, what's cool about Dana Point Harbor
Yeah.
is when you want to fish, you don't want to putt through a harbor for an hour.
Right.
You want to get your bait and get out. That's what you could do here. It's an in and out harbor. That's what it's all about. You know?
Dude, why don't we? I don't know why I'm sitting down. Why
I
don't
kind
we?
of took their slogan, but who cares, right?
I like
I
it.
mean, we're on the Freeman Adventures right now.
Freeman Adventure.
Ready to rock and
Why don't
roll.
we go out to the bait receiver in real time so people can actually see how long it takes to get there?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Let's do it.
Fantastic. You know, I don't know if I've told you this, but I have a lot of experience running a boat, so I should be no problem, right?
You should be no problem.
I've sunk, let's see, 3 boats, I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
then you're overqualified.
You think I'm kidding, too?
Yeah. You
Oh
want to
my
take
God.
it?
No, I
take
don't.
the wheel.
No, you take it.
Okay, where are we going?
I do not want to make that big of a fool of myself on the Freeman Adventures show.
All right. So
Here, you want me to get
I'll
that?
go ahead and fire up our electronics and stuff just
Oh,
so you
cool.
can see what you get when you rent a boat from us. We'll turn the bait tank on. Why not? Right?
It looks like, Aaron, 4 people fishing on this thing would be about right.
Yeah, 3, 4 is
3 or
good.
4,
Any
right.
more than that, it's a little tight. you
What
know?
are the dimensions of this?
But you could. It's a 21 foot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the exact beam of the boat.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get guys that fish 3, 4 people. We've
Yeah.
had a little more, group of 5, 6. It's too much.
Yeah.
But they do it anyways. It's capacity rated for 8.
Oh, jeez.
We allow up to 6.
Yeah.
So
It gets a little crowded. I
It
guess
gets
maybe if
crowded.
you had a couple kids or something.
Yeah.
Life jackets, all of that
Kids-
stuff, is that on here?
everything's on here. We got a little cubby cabin here. So we've got the vest, the throw device. All of our boats are Coast Guard, safety checked.
Yep.
We have them come and do their deal.
If a guy's coming here from Taiwan
Mm-hmm.
or Costa Rica and they have no tackle, is there a place nearby where they could rent some tackle? Do you provide any tackle? Or do we have to go to a plan B kind of thing, which is not hard to do?
I think, the wharf, they rent
Yeah,
rods
right.
and reels and,
Yeah.
and stuff. Hogan's is right here too. I think they do rod rental too.
Perfect. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you put a captain on board, then we have it dialed in.
All right, perfect. I'm loving it.
You can have a little guided tour or guided trip if you want.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, let me unhook us and then.
All right, Anthony, I'm excited about this, man. You and I are going fishing on this thing someday, and we're going to catch some fish. We're going to bring Aaron with us, though, I think, just so there's no calamities at sea.
Yeah, you guys should take it out one day. Do one of those deals.
Yeah, I'm in, man. I'll get my oldest son, Philip, and Anthony and I, and we'll bring her back, man. This looks so nice. Such a nice rig, man.
Thank you.
And so, are there limitations on how far offshore you can go?
So on our full day trips, we allow Catalina
Okay.
and offshore,
Yeah.
but you have to do a full or a plus day. It's called.
Yeah.
Plus day is a 10-hour and a full is an 8-hour day.
Okay.
So if you do those, then you have plenty of time. It's about a 2-hour run,
To cat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on here.
What's
But-
the speed? What's the speed on this?
If it depends on who you have on the boat, how much.
You're not
gear.
making a joke about my weight, are you there,
A
buddy?
li- a
Come
little
on.
bit, a little bit.
I've lost a lot of weight too, man. Thank God I didn't run into you 100 pounds ago.
No, I mean it does about 30.
Oh,
Cruise
it
like
takes
20,
2 hours
20,
to get to cat?
20 to 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean when you're going, an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're wide open, you can maybe get there a little quicker. But
Yeah.
Always on the water, it's longer.
Yes. And so is the boat completely fueled when you get here,
Yeah.
and then you fuel when you come back in? Is that how it works?
That's how our process goes. We
Okay.
have so the bait and the fuel is on the renter
Yeah.
or the club member.
Yes.
Everything else we handle. We supply like the gaff. We've got the brush. So as long as you keep the boat clean throughout the day, with blood off the deck, you know, we got the bucket. Then we come back and we do the fine details.
Okay. And scrubbing the boat, cleaning the boat, all that?
We handle that. If you bring it back and it's decent, then
no problem.
Yeah.
If it's a disaster, then
if it's like, whoa, dude, then you're helping us clean it.
Yeah.
You know? Someone's got to clean it. Yeah. And I didn't go fishing. No, it's cool.
Aaron, you just mentioned a second ago rental or you're a club member.
Yeah.
So is that available, club membership? And if so, give us some of the details about that.
Yeah, so the club membership is really cool, and to tell you the truth, it's the most affordable way you could go fish.
Yeah.
So a half day rental for this boat would run you $450.
Okay.
That's 4 hours on the water. Our boat club, we have 2 tiers. We have a silver tier and a gold tier. Your silver tier would get you two uses in the month.
Yeah.
So 2 full day trips. If you wanted to go full day, you could do a half. You could do for $450.
Wow.
So for the price of 1 half day, you can go twice in the month.
Wow.
No intro fee, no initiation fee like all the other clubs. You pay a monthly and a 6-month minimum contract, and you're good to go.
Wow, that is awesome.
That's it.
Dude, honestly, when you said $450, you take 4 people out here. Now you got your bait and your fuel, but I mean, I hate to tell you this, those are like Mexico prices. Like when I hear I can jump on a pong in Mexico and it's $400 for 4 of us, I'm like, whoa, what the heck? That's great.
You do it all day.
But we're talking up here in Gringolandia, here in the United States, on a totally bitchin' boat, all spiffed out at a great place. That's very affordable, it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And you didn't pay me that much to say that. My God.
You pay for, I mean, and you get to take the boat yourself,
yeah,
too.
You get to be the captain.
You know, you go cruise where you want.
Yeah.
And there's
Which
nothing
is
like
cool.
finding your own fish and catching your own fish.
100%.
Without 20 dudes or 30 dudes or 40 dudes next to you.
Right.
Dangling your line.
And as silly as this sounds, Aaron,
No disrespect to the fishing boats, but it's fun to do it on your own.
Right. And there's a sense of accomplishment with that. Well, that is one big fat sea
dude?
lion, man.
Yeah, they're
You see that thing, Anthony?
Look at these dudes.
Those are some big ones, man. Can we go over there and pet them?
If you want.
Yeah, will you jump off and pet them?
They might do a little more than pet, but
I think I'll pass. Unless you want to do it and we can get a good TikTok video out of it, then I'm good.
We work hard just to keep them away.
I know.
You know? It's their house, it's their home, but dang, dude, do it
I
on
know.
another dock, you know?
I know, exactly.
Oh, the smell, jeez.
What are you legally allowed to do to keep them away?
You know, they're getting more and more aggressive, so they're allowing a little more and more. You can't do much. There's still wildlife, and you know, it's like you got to protect your wildlife.
Yeah.
But you can put like barriers up, like these deals they put up.
Yeah.
The little fence deals.
Right.
The buckets with water, but they've gotten smarter. They just knock that shit.
They figured it out, don't they?
They just knock it in.
They've been a little more aggressive here lately.
There's a dude that cruises around and he shoots them with like a water pellet deal.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, that's allowed because it dissolves, you know? Like a BB gun or like an airsoft gun, you're going to have, you know, that's littering now.
Yeah,
littering and, you know?
Right.
This guy.
They've been a little aggressive with this domoic poisoning that's going on. You know, there's a lot of those animals dying right now along with the birds here in Southern California.
That's what I heard.
And it's made them like really aggressive.
What's the poisons all about?
It's an algae bloom that occurs periodically here in Southern California, and then domoic poisoning is something that enters into the environment. They think probably from all the fires and all the debris that went out to sea, and that's creating it. But it makes these things crazier than bat spit, let me tell you.
Someone is, you know, a couple people have told me that it's from the algae.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, they seem the same all the time. They're just looking for a free meal and hanging out on the dock.
So while we're cruising
These guys
here,
they like to hang out over here. Sorry, Phil.
Oh, no problem, Aaron. While we're cruising here, this is where you would cruise on the electric boats also, right? All through this entire area, which just, I mean, it's a little overcast and chilly today, but on a summer day when it's hot and sunny, it's got to be vibrant and tons of action here.
With those Duffys, you got the glass enclosure.
Yeah.
So if it's chilly, you just close it up, and in not very long, you're toasty.
Yes.
You know? So it's cool. It's cool for that.
The El Patron I see over there.
Yep. Yeah. So up here, this is where like all the restaurants are.
Yes.
You got Wind and Sea right here,
Are they?
See the new parking structure going
yes.
in over
Wow.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really going big. Gonna go big here.
And fishing licenses you can get at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing for people that want to do that, right?
Yeah, over at the wharf on the other side of this is where like the wharf starts right here.
Yeah.
You've got this Captain Dave's whale watch tours.
Oh, right. Yeah. I've heard.
They do a lot of whale watching.
Yes, they do.
It's cool stuff like that.
That'd be cool to just come out on this thing and go whale watching, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of whale enthusiasts that come out and do that. You know, we've got the humpbacks, the gray whales, and it's
blue whales
super
at
rad
times.
when you're out on your own boat and they just pop up.
Oh my
and you're
God.
just like,
It makes you feel that small, doesn't it, when you see that? It really does.
Yeah. Like, whoa, dude. And they just move so gracefully through the water.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Right?
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
So what time can you depart in the morning? How early?
If you do a plus day, which is a 10-hour day, we get you out at 7 a.m. In the season, we can get you out a little earlier. We have daylight to sundown rules. Mm-hmm. So at nighttime, we can't have any night riders.
Gotcha. So safety issue, it sounds like.
It's just an insurance thing.
Yeah,
you
gotcha.
know? Not many insurance companies will write night riders insurance.
Yep.
But it's cool. You can go to Catalina. Okay, so like our club guys, they use 2 of their days. They'll go to Catalina, fish,
and
get a mooring.
Oh, there you go.
You can get a mooring and then get a room or stay on the boat.
That's okay
People
to do
sleep
that.
Absolutely.
That's bitchin'.
As long as you're not moving, your next day would count as the next day. You start, you fish, you come home.
That's great.
If you get 4, if you're on the gold tier, dude, you can hang out the weekend.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the bait receiver. Anthony's been showing that, and man, I mean, people can see in real time. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump to get here.
And then right out of the harbor's right over here.
Darn. Are we going to poke our nose outside the harbor for a second?
I think we should check it out. Right? Over here is where you come back to get your fuel.
Yeah, okay. There you are. The fuel docks right over there.
Dana Point Fuel Dock.
Okay.
They have very competitive pricing for on-water fuel.
Yeah. And they're open. That's not going to be an issue, like coming in too late at night and not being able to fuel, or?
They have hours, but if you know John, you give him a call.
Oh, okay, perfect. And he'll come down and take care of it.
Yeah, the bigger boats and stuff that have like an account with them.
Yeah.
They'll do emergency or off hours fueling, all case by case.
There's Dana Wharf Sport Fishing, right?
Yep, there's Dana Wharf.
Right over there. I see the Helena.
Launch ramp over there.
Launch ramp's there. Yep.
The shipyard's back in there.
Yep.
Back over in the corner. Yeah, so it's a pretty tight, small harbor, and it's got a lot of history here.
Oh yeah.
With back in the day when it was founded,
Yes.
Or when they came in with the tall ships and that whole story.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've dove into that. But,
no, tell me about it.
Well, you should do one of your deals at the. We'll cruise the whole lap, and I'll show you where the tall ships are.
Are you okay with that, Anthony?
You want to do that?
We're actually not here to do a podcast with you. We're just looking for a free ride on your boat.
I mean, you scored. You scored because, I care, buddy. We care at HPR.
No kidding.
We want to stoke the most top stoke that you can get.
Heck yeah.
That's what we want.
I'm with you.
We all know what it's like to get bent on the rail.
Yes. Oh, heck yeah.
As a kid, and my kids and all the kids, it's all about the kids.
It is. The other thing is that I always talk about the Freedman Adventurers family. And it's really has become a family. At first, when people used to say that, I'd say that sounds pretty lame to me, hokey. But man, all these guys now that are in our group are helping one another. I can see you got that same thing going on here. at Harbor Boat Rentals, because in the little bit of time that we're spending here today, I feel like part of your family now. Like, you really care about what kind of experience I'm going to have out on the water.
Yeah, and
that's great.
It's no joke, and it's you know, we like to like, we have, like I said, we have captains go out. We, you know, show them a couple of new tips, give them a little more, you know, spots to fish.
Yeah, right.
And they're really into it, you know.
How about, oh shoot, here we go. Gonna pop out. Looks like flat, calm, gorgeous seas. You're right, man. It's so fast getting out of the harbor. It's almost like Redondo. I don't know if you've ever run out of King Harbor, but that's a quick one too. You're out of there.
That's a quick one.
Beautiful out here. Gorgeous.
Yeah, pretty sick, right?
You know, at some point during this, how long have you been fishing? Since you were a young man?
Yeah, since it came into my life, you know, I was hooked.
Yeah. No pun intended.
You know what I mean? No, seriously.
Can we get any more corny here this morning?
Probably like 2 to 4 years old.
Yeah.
Was when I
me too.
Figured it out, and then my pops, you know, he just like, he showed me it, and yeah, we'd get up early and just walk to the parks and fish bass. You know, where I grew up in La Mirada, you know, we had these like little like park lakes, you know. Yeah. And
you got hooked. Just couldn't get enough of it.
Those spawns, you know, they'd sit on the beds, you'd see them, and you're just like, you know, and then it turned into like fishing the ocean more. And, you know, about 10 years ago is when my whole career on the water changed.
Yeah.
I started, I got my captain, my MMC credential, and started selling boats for a broker and doing some captain stuff. I worked for Cito, but I just fell in love more and more with this beautiful ocean.
Yeah, for sure.
It's, any day that you can work on this water is sick.
It's a blessing.
To work on, you know what I mean? To work.
Yeah.
Like, people pay to come out here to play.
I know, man. I know. That's why I love doing my podcast and doing adventures. Anthony and I are all over the place. What's going on over here with the goms?
So
is that the proper use of that word?
No, so these are no, these aren't groms.
I blew it. Groms.
You blew it. Yeah, the groms are the kids.
Yeah, by the way, let me just say to everybody out there, Aaron sent me a message that, hey, do you mind if I bring the groms? And being an older guy, I'm like, what the hell is a grom? And I just wrote back, yeah, of course, bring the groms, man. So I just found out what that is here this morning. Go ahead. What are these guys doing?
Yeah, so these are outrigger.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Outrigger racers.
Just doing that. That's another great thing, it looks like here.
Yeah, so that's the outriggers. I think they're practicing.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Races to Catalina and stuff. Over here's like Doheny area. But yeah, this is our harbor mouth. We could go.
Beautiful.
You want to go for a little cruise, or?
No, I think we're good now. We can go back in. You were going to show us something else?
Yeah, I'll show you something over there.
And then we'll talk about like what bites during different types of the season. I'll ask you a couple other questions here, and then we'll get your recommendations on an economical place to eat, and then maybe a better place to eat for everybody. But the 14-mile bank, Lawson's Knoll, great for rock fishing. We're in rock cod season right now. How far from here is that?
It's about 16 miles.
It's close, right?
Yeah, it's 14-mile bank for a reason, right?
Exactly.
You know? I mean, it's got a lot of fish on it.
Yeah.
We have guys that like to fish that for rockfish.
Yep.
I don't know if you follow us yet on Instagram.
Of course
Facebook.
I do.
Okay, so we had a guy come back with a bunch of rockfish and got a couple cows released back down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big fish, some lingcod caught.
It's a great place.
You know, and all around Catalina's good. You know, fill up the freezer with that white meat.
Oh man, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Off the west end of Cat, we were out there not too long ago. There's some rocks out there called Freedom Rock and some other, man, in the deep water out there, like fishing 100 fathoms, 600 feet. Aaron, it's phenomenal fishing, man. You have so many great opportunities during the winter, early spring to capitalize on the rockfish from here.
Yeah. Isn't it sick? Oh.
Yeah. Have you been out and done that this year?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I went out last weekend, caught a couple at the 14.
Yeah.
You know, but I got to work a lot, you know? I got to make sure this stuff keeps moving.
Well,
so.
Anthony, I'll make sure we come down and go out on the boat once in a while and give you a report.
Maybe we should do a fishing trip.
We should.
You know, and we should all just go fish.
Man, that would be fun.
That'd
be a great video.
Keep the camera up top on like full day, and we just fish and play. We'll edit later, right? Oh.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
As we push further into spring, we're going to start seeing barracuda, sand bass, maybe even some local yellowtail. All those species, as the water warms up, will start to be right outside of here, right? You can find that kind of great fishing, bonito, all kinds of great fish to catch.
Yeah, in the warmer water. You know, once we get, this is our first south swell. We've got a couple stacked, so hopefully that's the change of our water.
Yep.
Because we need a change. We need a little temperature rise.
Yes.
Some cleaner water,
and,
and maybe we can have another good year of fishing.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
We got yellowfin up. That was so fun. You know, last year we didn't get too much of it. We got a few fish on troll with the cedars.
I saw that. And some of that was on the 14-mile bank.
Yeah, all throughout our banks, you know, our local banks here. But the year previous, and I mean, we had some good yellowfin fishing, clunker fishing, you know, and bluefin mix, like yellowfin, bluefin mix. It, like just getting these boats all red.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I hear you.
I had my little groms.
Yeah.
Pulling on bluefin.
Did you?
Their first, you know.
That is so cool.
On the deck.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, that just brings back memories for me, for sure, Aaron. My kids, you know, Patrick caught his first albacore when he was 4. He was sitting on the knee of a deckhand.
Yeah.
And so the deckhand, but he was whining on it. He's going, oh, you're doing good, Patrick. Keep going. And yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in today's environment with phones and so many distractions for kids, getting them out on the ocean into the great outdoors.
Yeah, holding on to like focusing on something that's important.
Yeah, you got it, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
100%, man. It makes all the difference in the world. I am stoked about the membership that you got going here. That, I think, is such a great bargain.
Yeah, yeah. So our membership, that works for all of our boats. So you could pitch it to your wives, dudes, like, honey, you can use a Duffy too.
Yeah.
You know? So you can mix and match the boats. So you can have the wife do her wine and cheese thing with her girlfriends.
Yeah.
And then you get to fish. You know, she's stoked. You don't got to worry about storing the boat, launching the boat, getting the boat ready, all
insurance.
that shit. I mean, we handle it.
Yeah.
No insurance.
Right.
You pay once a month and you're ready to go.
Yeah.
We also have just a Duffy Club because we're trying to push that. It's like a whole nother business.
Yeah.
The Duffy and the fishing, but you can get the husband and wife package. That's where it makes sense, both of them.
Yeah.
But just the Duffy Club, same deal, 2 or 4 uses, $250 a month or $450 a month.
Wow. 4 uses for $450, 2 uses $250.
Two or 4 reservations.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And once again,
incredible deals, guys.
no, you don't have to make any deposit like all the other clubs require, right?
No initiation fee whatsoever. And you have a 6-month contract. After that, month to month, you can join up again later if you want. You know, if you stay with us because it's such a good deal and you're super stoked to have our boats and not have to worry, you're locked into that price. We will have price increase, but if you stay with us, any price increase, it doesn't apply. You know,
really?
You're grandfathered into your membership.
Damn, that is really good.
So we're gonna fill up, so you better get it quick. You know.
What's this? A Whale Watch Road? Looks like.
Yeah, that's another one.
Oh yeah, Captain Dave, man.
Yeah, that's another one.
Captain Dave is all over the place, isn't he?
Dude, that's the whale capital.
Yeah, I know, man.
Dana Point.
There they go. Hopefully they're going to see some northbound gray whales. Those whales are making their way up to the Bering Sea from the warm water lagoons of Alaska. And then later on you start to see the blue whales. If we get any krill around here.
Really?
Those things are freaking crazy, man.
Yeah, the blue whales?
Oh, when they lunge feed, it's a remarkable sight to see them just come out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, especially if it's like 10 feet off the stern of the boat. Yeah,
Did you
it's
see
sick.
any orcas when they came through?
You know, let me think. Yeah, I have seen orcas. Recently, we saw them on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 4 months. I can't even remember. 3-4 months ago, I think we saw those orcas. I got a great orca story. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
My kids, Brian Shaw, who played for the LA Lakers, is down in Baja with us, with his whole family. First time in Mexico. Had a great time. Brian had a great time. And so Brian says, "Do you mind taking me to the airport?" So I got to go from East Cape to San Jose del Cabo. My kids get hit up by Jose, who runs the Pongo, or it's a little bit of a sport, like a sport fisher. Guys want to come out? We'll go get clams. We'll get lobster. You guys can dive, and then your dad will be stoked. So they go, they jump in the water, and all of a sudden, one Jose's in the water. There's Jose. One's in the water with Patrick. And Big Jose is on the boat going, "Tiburon! Shark!" And he's panicked.
Yeah.
And he points, and Philip says he looks, and he just sees this freaking huge fin out of the water. He said his heart stopped. It was a killer whale. It was an orca with her baby. And she's circling the freaking boat.
No way.
So he's like, "What the hell do I do?" He didn't drop the scallops and stuff he had in his hands for whatever reason. He said it was the longest swim he'd ever made in his life. He knew that his legs were going to get bitten off as he got on the boat. But he got on, no problem. Nothing happened. And then Patrick's out, and Philip's going, "I'm going to watch my brother get eaten by a frickin' killer whale. I know I am. This is awful."
This is horrible.
So they ended up swimming to the beach because Patrick didn't want to swim to the boat. He told Jose, "I want to go that way. I know it's further." So anyway, that's that story. It was hilarious.
Wow.
When I got back, they told me, and I go, "That is freaking awesome."
Dude.
And they're like, "Awesome? We almost got eaten alive."
He
And
was
then
protecting the pup, huh?
in retrospect, I don't believe there's ever been a fatality from a killer whale in the wild. All those fatalities have been when they're in captivity. So,
Yeah.
that's just some of the stuff you
They're
see on the
smart,
water.
right? They're like super
Seems like
intelligent.
it. Yeah, it seems like it. It's crazy. Oh, I know where you're heading. I went to an event down there at, what is that?
That's the Ocean Institute.
Yeah, I went to like a white sea bass film. Mike Raby, I think is his name, had a white sea bass film debut there. That's a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ocean Institute. It's pretty cool. And then this is, this used to be a world-class surf spot, Killer Dana. You know?
Used to be?
Yeah.
How come no longer?
Well, I mean, it's people still surf it sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's not because the harbor blocked. They used to wrap all the way into the bay,
Yeah.
like a right hand just for days.
Uh-huh.
And all this, it just stopped the wave. when they
Oh,
put the harbor
got you.
in.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. When was that? When did they put
70, I think 72.
And prior to that, it was a huge surfing spot.
73, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah. And then prior to that, it was Killer Dana.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, sick surf spot. I wasn't alive, but I heard about it.
Man, that's awesome.
See all this whitewater here, huh?
Yeah.
That's doesn't happen all the time. That's from all the waves from the swell
Crashing over.
crashing and the foam filtering through the rocks.
Oh, okay. So
Pretty
that
wild, huh?
from that big south swell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
like you just mentioned, that's south swell.
Never like this unless there's big waves.
Is there good fishing inside here?
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good spotted bay bass.
I was gonna say
Very
that.
good. Like right around here. You know what I mean? Sick spot. Like all along this like inside here. But yeah, the kids love to fish the docks for the bass.
Yeah.
There's good halibut fishing.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Towards the mouth.
Mhm.
If it's too rough, sometimes we'll drift the mouth like just on the inside there.
Yeah.
And you can get some halibut. Good fishing out here off the point.
Yep. Do you, when a guy shows up and he has no clue on what's biting because he missed the Freeman Adventures morning briefing for whatever reason, I have no idea why anybody would ever miss that, but
I know,
do you
right?
tune people up and say, "Hey, here's where you ought to go," or "Here's what I've heard," or
Yeah. The guys so some fishermen don't want like your
Yeah, I
advice,
know, I know.
So you got to be like selective
Yeah.
on what you say sometimes. I mean, we're courteous in all ways, you
Yes.
know. But if we're asked, like if we know what's cooking today, we give them our insight. But what's cooking today sometimes We got a little sailboat. These are a little sailboat training school that's over here.
Oh,
If your
okay,
kids
cool.
want to learn how to sail, super cool guy over here named Glenn. He'll take care of you.
Very nice.
Uh,
Sounds like another podcast.
yeah, another one for sure. But I mean, like, you know, it's fishing, right? It's not catching.
Right, exactly.
So you tell somebody one thing and the tide's not right when they're fishing, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, like when we have the pelagic stuff, you know, like last season we had some good yellowtail on patties and we scored and we, you know, we just tell our guys that are on the boat. We really give our boat club members a little more guidance on where to, you know, on fishing spots, because at that point you're truly in the family when you join our club.
Right.
You're our family.
That's true.
But we love all you guys. And the dudes, like, people that rent from us are stoked. They're always stoked, you know?
I see. These guys are all fishing on the pier up here, huh?
Yeah, so
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is a
They
little
might
pier.
catch a few halibut off that, huh? Once in a while.
Yeah, they get, like I said, the spotties.
Uh-huh.
Oh, the tall ship is out. Oh, wow.
The tall ship is
Usually
not here.
there's a big tall ship right here, the Spirit of Dana,
I see that.
and it's gone. It must be out sailing.
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
Well, yeah, but they give the full, like, you can get on that boat and go out and they do a little battle, like cannons and
that's
stuff.
really bitchin'.
And they give you the story of how they used to, like, lower the goods from the cliff here.
Yeah.
Before there was, you know, anything
Yeah.
to get things up and down. And that's the Richard Henry Dana story, you know.
That is awesome. Hey, hit that like button, everybody. If you're watching right now, we deeply appreciate it. Don't forget, subscribe to the Freedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that little bell. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. And go to HarborBoatRentals.com,
Yep. Follow us,
right?
Follow us at Harbor Boat Rentals on Instagram, at Harbor Boat Rentals, and HarborBoatRentals.com.
Absolutely,
We got
man.
you. Mention Freedman Adventures, we'll give you a discount too.
Woohoo!
Follow us, and we'll stoke you out for life.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, this is so great.
Mm-hmm.
This is such a nice rig. I really can't wait to fish this thing. We talked a little bit about the sand bass barracuda. You mentioned yellowfin tuna, bluefin tuna, Catalina Island. Man, you can have some really great white sea bass fishing there, halibut fishing, calico bass fishing off the hook. There's so many great places. Can you take this to Santa Barbara Island if you wanted to? Or is that a little bit out of the zone?
That is out of the zone.
Okay. Yeah.
Catalina is about the distance that we allow.
Okay. Clemente
we
is
have-
out of the zone. San Clemente Island.
San Clemente's out of the
Yeah.
zone.
Okay.
Just the range, you'd have to do it just right, and we can't afford.
You mean
to,
fuel wise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Yeah. Right.
So, Catalina, offshore, we've got about a 90-mile range.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do anything you really want, but except Clemente Island.
Yeah. And how about, do you give everybody a little tune-up on the electronics, how to use it, and that you tune them up before they leave?
Yeah. The Garmin, it's got a sonar and nav, so you have your fish finder or sonar, right?
Yeah.
So you got all that, your water temp. See, we're at 60 degrees.
Yep.
Which, that's a good sign, Phil.
Heck yeah.
Because we've been in 50s for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cold. So 60 is a good sign.
South swell's working, man. Yeah.
I'm telling you, guys. I think it's you know.
Well, and La Nina ended yesterday. They called an end to that, so
Okay.
things are looking good, man.
So yeah, that's the sonar. We also have there's different like different kinds of sonar, but the charts, we have fishing chart here,
Oh, cool.
so you can like see all the banks and stuff.
Oh, that's very cool.
You know, all the depths and where all the banks are at.
Yep.
You know, waypoints you can navigate to. If the fog rolls in, at least you got a good source for navigating.
Yeah.
We also have the compass here, and
Uh-huh.
when all else does fail, you always got your magnetic compass.
Yes.
You know? So we keep our boats pretty ready to go.
Yep. You got an anchor, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, in the anchor hatch there.
Yep.
We have these cushions. Some of the fishing guys don't want the cushions on, but it's a nice add to the boat.
Yeah.
Because you can lounge up there.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, you've got your anchor.
Anchor winch, or do you hand pull? There's a little winch on here? Or?
Yeah. Well, it's all by hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With chain and rode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, you got me wanting to
we've
go
got
fishing, dude.
We've got the blue water bait tank too. This is a killer bait system. Blue water bait tanks. So you got a 35-gallon tank ready, you know, so you got plenty of bait.
That holds 2 scoops, I'm guessing?
It'll do a scoop.
Uh-huh.
You know.
You don't want to overcrowd your bait, that's for
you don't
sure.
want to stuff it.
No.
And usually a half scoop is plenty.
Yeah.
But some dudes will put a full for the full, you know, and then they'll use, you know, some for chum.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper. I think the full is 60 and then a half is 40.
Okay.
Or 65. They keep raising rates, but everybody does, you know?
Yeah,
Except
I know.
HBR, we've been the same forever, for a while.
Yeah. Oh, it's those tariffs, man. They have to import those anchovies and sardines, so
Yeah.
you got to charge extra now.
How to try. Yeah.
You know, a lot of guys also will bring a chum bucket, you know, the chum buckets, and so they don't have to throw any live bait. And every bait you got in the tank is when you're going to put a hook in at that point. And those chum buckets, I'm a firm believer in those things, man. I think they just get the perch come to feed on that, and then all of a sudden the bass show up.
Yeah,
and,
a buddy of mine, he's all about it too. I'm old school. I do the chunk, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I just cut a bucket of chunk and
that works
throw
too.
ones and twos.
Yep.
For the tuna stuff when you get around them, you know.
Yeah, for
But-
sure.
Yeah, it all depends on what's biting, you know, what technique, right?
Yeah,
You
it
gotta have
definitely
a
does.
game plan too.
Yes.
You know.
And you got to be ready to change, right?
Yeah.
Observe and make a change if you
Yeah.
have to.
So basically, we've done a full loop. Remember the bridge that you came over to get
Yeah.
here? And then there's the groms.
Oh my God, we're back already.
You got a spot fin?
Woo! Spot fin croaker.
Got a hookup.
Did they throw it back, or do we still have it? All right, boys, we're gonna add that to the video.
Sick.
Nice going. 17-inch spot fin croaker.
What?
Man.
Hey.
Man, the Groms did it. For those of you who don't know what a Grom is like me,
Yeah. That's the harbor groms, huh?
the Harbor Groms. I love it. Wow. Couldn't be a better
Yeah.
welcoming party. Thanks, boys.
How cool
That's
is that?
awesome,
dude?
man. That is
See? It's
fantastic.
all about the kids, man.
Yep.
Build it and they will come,
Yep.
right?
Do I qualify as a big kid? Is that
Absolutely.
I can tell you are,
You're
too.
invited whenever you want to go fish.
Thank you.
You're always on my boat.
Aaron, one more time again. What is it? It's harborboatrentals.com.
Yep.
You're also on Instagram?
We're on Instagram at Harbor Boat Rentals.
Uh-huh.
At Harbor Boat Rentals. Real simple.
And we see the phone number there, right? People can call that, obviously.
Yep. Call the number.
949-226-4619.
Ask for Aaron. Mention Philip Friedman Adventures, and you're stoked. We're gonna hook you up. We'll give you a 20% discount.
Man, listen to that, everybody. Most of the time when you mention Phil Freeman, they'll throw you out of the place of business. But here's an
Just to
opportunity.
check us out, we'll get you on the boat 20% off.
Before we run away, I also want to ask you, if somebody wanted to come down here and spend an hour and go over the boat with you and figure out how to work everything, can they come down and set an appointment up with you and come and see you?
Absolutely. Yep. We do captain training. So if you want to, learn more about how to run a boat yourself, how to do it all, because you can do it all on you can go out and fish by yourself, but you got to know what you're doing,
Yep.
But we teach people all that.
Good stuff. Hey, let's get those Groms over here to say goodbye here at the very end. Hey, boys.
Hey, Braden.
Come over here, you guys.
Hey, come show Phil your picture.
Yeah, bring it over. We can show it on the, right? Yeah, heck yeah. We got to see this spot fin croaker. Let's see. Now I got to get in there and see that thing. Nice, boys. That is awesome. I love it.
Good one?
Yeah, look at it.
Oh, sick.
All right. Hey, I can't think of a better way to end this great show than with the boys with their spot fin Aaron.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, my friend.
Phil,
I'm coming
thanks
back there for a
coming
hug, man.
and checking us out.
Thank you.
You know, we're here to play all day, every day. Harbor Boat Rentals. Check us out.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Hit that like button and stay tuned for more great Freedman Adventures YouTube content.